Can the Chiefs potentially sign a former All-Pro corner? Is Kelsey getting the cold shoulder? And who is the king of routes in this wide receiver room? All of this next on Gridiron Gambit.
Welcome, Chiefs Kingdom. Thanks for tuning in to this Red Kingdom Media production, bringing you raw, authentic Chiefs coverage. Make sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date on your team. Now sit back and enjoy the show.
Let's work. Hey.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Gridiron Gambit. I am one of your co-hosts for the evening, Daily Dale Fowler, along with my partner Dre, and we'll be having Lonnie coming in shortly as well too. But how you doing tonight, Dre?
I'm good, my boy. Man, how you doing?
It's been a long day. But look, we got some cool little topics to talk about today. It's topics that I think a lot of people will be interested in as well too. I thought you would want to partake in this as well because I think we had this discussion before about a couple of things, and I feel like it's going to be able to be set off right. So, you ready to get into it?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Now, with our first topic, we have Alexander the Grit. The Green Bay Packers released all-pro cornerback Jaire Alexander Monday after failing to find a trade partner to take over his current deal. Red Kingdom Media recently discussed a potential trade for Alexander, but now since in his release with the negotiation table being firmly open for Brett Veach and company to take the opportunity to bring him in, we're going to discuss would we like to see Alexander in the Chiefs uniform, and would he be able to fit into this Chiefs locker room? Now, when we talk about it with trades, it's like, nah, we're not going to do the deal just because, we know how we are stingy with the draft picks and everything like that, right? So it's like we feel like we knew we wouldn't go for a trade. But with him now being a free agent, anything goes. So, Dre, how you feel about that?
I like it, man. I like the idea of us getting him. Just the fact is that I'm just not sold on. I obviously I'm not sold on Christian Fulton. That's not. I'm not. That's just me though. But
Yeah,
I mean, Jaire Alexander. I mean, he can come in. I mean, we got what 11 million in cap space.
yeah, just about.
Yeah. So I mean. You can give him a good 8 million, 9 million, and I mean he really ain't gonna need to do too much just because of some of the fact is that they saying that the reason why the Packers cut him was because they can't keep him on the field. So obviously health is an issue, but I mean what better way for him to go into free agency after this upcoming season than playing on a team that is that's going to be basically in the spotlight of the NFL all season. I don't think he does come to Kansas City though. I think he's going to end up going to Baltimore and playing with his guy Lamar Jackson. But I wouldn't mind him coming here and playing in Kansas City. I think he'll fit in perfectly in the locker room. I like him. I like his attitude. I mean, he's a dog. So, yeah, when he's healthy, he's one of the best cornerbacks in the league. You pair him up with Trent McDuffie, why not? So, yeah, I like it. I like the idea of him coming to Kansas City, but I personally don't think that he'll be in Kansas City. But I mean, if I'm Brett Veach, I'm definitely on the phone and seeing what the what he's asking for as far as free agency goes. I mean, he's just coming off of an $84 million deal in Green Bay. I mean, so it's not like he hurting for bread. So I mean,
right.
He could take an $8 million deal or $9 million deal or something like that or whatever going into the season and on an approved deal. And then if he balls out and stays healthy in Kansas City, I mean, it's gonna be a contract year. I mean, because he gonna need a big deal in the 2026 offseason. Why not? So come to Kansas City, compete for a championship. But I ultimately think that he's gonna be in Baltimore though, with his boy Lamar Jackson, former teammate in college. So, but I wouldn't mind him in Kansas City.
I think in reality, and let's be real, being Chiefs fans, and we have been in the same social group with Chiefs fan bases on particular platforms as well, and we have both saw the same trend. When have we really had a flashy free agent pickup? We
It's time
three-time
to do it
champions.
now.
I mean, it's true. We three-time champions, but like at this time, at this time, after this loss we suffered as well too. Why not just go back at the league and try to attempt to build our own super team again? We already got 3. We know we didn't complete the 3-peat. That's cool, but we're gonna come back and win again just to make y'all mad. And Alexander, come here, because you and Trent McDuffie will make a great duo along with Jalen Watson, going back to what he was doing best as our 3rd best cornerback. And then you have guys like Joshua Williams, Christian Fulton, and Najee Johnson, of course, rotating, getting those reps there. But we know that
don't forget the rookie, Noah Williams.
And Noah Williams is a lot of competition, right? So, but you will get the best of the best in that group, and that will assure us that we will have a good secondary next season. We wasn't horrible, but we saw what happened when Jalen Watson went down, and who we depend on and stepped up. That didn't look too great. We were getting exposed in certain areas. Now we was making the best out of it. We were getting some stops. We were doing what we need to do, but overall, when you look at the production that was out there, it wasn't great. Jaire Alexander brings that. Now, when you go into the question, yeah, we know that potentially that with our history might not get him. The question's not about that, though. It's, would you like him here? Yes. I think people worry about his attitude too much, how he fits into the Chiefs locker room. We'll be fine with that. I think we got this false sense of thinking that we are just this, New England Patriots style type of team. We got Andy Reid, who dealt with a lot of personalities. We had the TOs of the world that he dealt with. He dealt with Marcus Peters. He dealt with who else? I mean, you had the Dwayne Bowes, you had the Thomas Jones, and them was y'all don't know about the history of that. I know about that history. Yeah, they are personalities.
Listen, Andy Reid doesn't care about what
he don't care
what the outside thinks of who he brings in or whatever. I mean, look at it. I mean, it goes back to him bringing Mike Vick in when he was in Philly. So, and then on top of that, Andy Reid don't care, man. So I mean, if Andy Reid will have a conversation with you, like, are you gonna buy in? Are you gonna be a problem? And that's gonna be that. And then if you a problem, then you have to deal with Andy Reid at the end of the day. So
right.
But Andy Reid typically lets everybody, he lets everybody's personality shine and stuff like that. So but yeah, I don't know, man. I just think that
he threw us off with that.
He threw me off with that. But he got a point though. But yeah, so I don't know, man. I like that. I like the idea of him coming to Kansas City, man. I think he'll fit in perfectly. I mean, he was in Green Bay. They were competitive where Rodgers, they've been to the playoffs the last 2 years, but possibly compete for a championship. It might put an extra chip on your shoulder. Then on top of that, Green Bay released him basically for nothing. They just said, go do what you got to do, bro. And they couldn't find no trade partner. So, I mean, they could put a chip on his shoulder, man, and he could be hungry, man. If he can stay healthy, I think he going to be a steal for whoever get him.
Yeah.
Brett Veach, he can't offer him don't put no $4 million on the table, man. You gotta get that man 8, 9, 10 restructure pack contract like you've been doing 20 million times. I don't know, man. Brett Veach.
I mean, 7. I think 7 should be good. I mean, if with some of the money that he giving on the back end as well too. I mean, it can be an incentive-based contract where it goes up if you really complete these goals. You really do what you need to do. If you get back to that All-Pro level, we'll give you that, and then it's a possible extension that's on the table as well too, depending on the outcome of the season and how that goes. Like it's really like a perfect marriage with you and Trent McDuffie. We would want to see that, but when we go back into who he is and how it is, we got to take into account coming into a locker room like the Kansas City Chiefs, though. This is a team that has expectations, You can't come into this organization thinking that, hey, we're not going to be about business. If you're going to talk that talk and back it up, we don't care if it's not going to stop us from going to a Super Bowl and winning. Now,
Right.
we're not going to do how we did those years with the Bengals and we say some stuff and they try to feed off of that to have that bulletin board material. No, we're going to practice on not doing that. But talking about you as an individual, your confidence in what you do, we know that you will be merged well with a Spagnuolo. And I think we will definitely get the best out of you. Now, Lonnie, I know you're ready to get into this conversation. So pretty much the question is, would you like Alexander in the Chiefs uniform, and do you think he will be able to fit into this Chiefs locker room?
Yeah, I mean, y'all both answered the question good. I was in the back listening, but I mean, I would love to see him in the Chiefs uniform. I think it made sense before the Chiefs signed Christian Fulton. I feel like adding vet presence in that room. Since we've already added vet presence in the room, I just think there's no more room left for Mr. Alexander. Being that we went out and got Mike Edwards, we went out and got Christian Fulton. He would have been kind of being that guy playing that role. I think that we're discounting the likes of the guys to the likes of Najee Johnson and Joshua Williams. I know that they struggle early on in the season, but they did tend to come on later in the season. I think that we should put more stock into what we've seen later in the season than what we've seen earlier in the season. I think that's how the Chiefs are going to view it, especially when it comes to somebody like Mr. Alexander. I know he's wonderful and he makes a lot of great plays on the ball, but like Dre was saying, he just hasn't been able to really stay healthy. And the Chiefs kind of just, especially at that position with the injuries that they had to Jalen Watson, Trent McDuffie early on in his career, I don't see the Chiefs just taking risks on somebody like that at that position, because if you coming in at that position right now with the Chiefs, it's not like the tackle position, and it's not like it has been in years past where the spotlight is on you. But it's kind of like that wasn't the strong suit of our defense at all last year. But I do think that they probably can strengthen it. So, and I think it's a lot of depth at that position. I like Noah Williams, and I like Najee Johnson. I like Jalen Watson. I like Jalen Williams. And being that they, like I said, added a guy like Noah Williams, and then they brought in Christian Fulton. I just see the room is just getting absolutely humongous. And I think that's a lot of NFL caliber talent that you'll possibly have to depart with, especially some young potential that may go on to other teams that have success that you could have possibly had for another year or two. So I don't know. I don't see them going out and doing that. I think we're a couple months removed from that. But it would have been a move I would have loved to see done earlier before we signed somebody to the likes of Christian Fulton. But I would definitely love to see him in the Chiefs jersey. But I just
what about in general? Like you said the obvious, to be honest. Like not the obvious, like you said the real. Like on a tip of where you put it all in reality, it was pretty full. It was pretty full. Do we feel like he's a talent though that y'all gonna have to work yourself around him, especially if you come in healthy? And do you really like, if you was able to do it with no restrictions, are you taking Jaire Alexander?
We pulling the trigger for sure, like you said.
Okay.
I would love to come in here, and I would love to, like you said, unleash you and Trent McDuffie side by side. Let Jalen Watson, or even it be the other way around, because that's how Spags like to do it. Him and Jalen Watson would be on the outside. Trent McDuffie would kind of be able
to go back to where he want to really go.
Roam around. Then you got guys like Najee Johnson and Joshua Williams. You just got them rotating in, so it's not as hard and as much on them. So I would love. It would make a lot of sense, but I just think it was prior to the room being loaded. It would have made more sense, but that room is loaded now. And I know we kind of count banking on talent and guys that are kind of there, and people don't like that, but Spags trusted those guys, and even when they didn't make plays early on in the season, he trusted them later in the season to make plays, and later on, even all the way into the playoffs. And you seen Najee Johnson and them start to make plays against the Buffalo Bills. So, and we've seen that in their careers previously. They just start to come on later in the season. As the season gets on, they get better and better. So that seems to hold true. So prior to all of the moves that we made, I would have said yes. But like I said, with Christian Fulton in there, Noah Williams in there, that room is just it's somebody you're gonna want to keep that's just young, just because they young. Like we got 4 years out of you. You go hit on one of these years, you gonna hit. So I just don't know if that. I don't see them get rid of that potential.
I get it. I mean, I don't think they would necessarily get rid of that potential, but Lonnie, how long we been banking on Joshua Williams and Najee Johnson?
Can we
If they can
do
convince,
can we
I
do
mean,
this?
we can
Let's do
keep
this.
on
Wait,
continue to talk
look,
about the
listen,
last
because you're gonna start that.
regular
You're gonna start
season.
something on here, but we've been banking on Najee Johnson. If you want to be technical, Joshua Williams that came through, all you can do is ask for a guy to make a couple plays.
He was a fourth round pick. Najee was undrafted. We saw potential in training camp. He literally had an ACL injury. I can come with me
and you both know they hyped Najee Johnson up like the second coming of Snead.
No lie, they did.
All right, okay. And Joshua Williams
on paper still.
Listen. Joshua
who
Williams
was drafted? Who was undrafted?
Joshua Williams comp was probably like Jalen Ramsey. Like, okay, this guy has potential to probably be like
Jalen Ramsey. Crazy.
But I'm saying they're saying it's a length. By the length, it's not. I'm saying the length and everything. But that's
a tall task for an undrafted player.
Very tall task. But I'm saying you gotta kind of give him his flowers where he made a couple plays down the stretch for you in the Cincy game when he was first drafted. Him and Brian Cook guarding T. Higgins. So he made some. He's played his role and kind of lived up to his hype. If you want to be technical, he's a fourth round pick. He wasn't supposed to come in here and be a starter all day long. So he made his couple plays. Najee Johnson. Last time we seen him, he was getting hit in the face with a pick. He got hit in the face with Josh Allen hit him in the face with one. Threw him one, he could have threw it no better to you. Like, so it's like, but we heard.
I mean, that's why they can both be on the chopping block. We're defending trash right now. Like, we're defending it.
We're defending trash. We are defending pennies.
You know what? No disrespect to y'all, bro, because respect for y'all been on the team. Like, if y'all really watch this on me, I defend y'all all the time. Trust me. But we're just being real right now with talent that we have coming in. You take Jaire Alexander. You brought in Christian Fulton on that deal. You have potential in Noel Williams, who's in there already. And you already have like Trent McDuffie. We know that's an automatic starter. And then you still got Shamari Connor. Mike Edwards is on the back end with Brian Cook and Jay. Like the secondary is full. Jaire Alexander, I'm liking Jaire more with Trent. That's what I just.
Dale said, bring Jaire Alexander in basically, so Najee Johnson and Joshua Williams can be like this. We go.
Look, you see what T. Higgins and Jamar Chase did with each other. Dre, you want to add in? Just come in, Dre. You've been waiting to come in. Like, I've been seeing you ready to say something. Like, we need the fire to be blown out. Like, what's up?
Hey, man, look. Joshua Williams, I think that is that was a project that I mean, he did what he was gonna do. I feel like he reached his ceiling. That's just my opinion on it. I'm not gonna say he trashed or nothing like that or anything like that.
I'm sorry, I was just debating Joshua Williams. I was just debating, bro. Just trying to prove a point.
I'm not gonna call him trash or nothing like that. But I mean, you know, HBCU, shout out to him.
Shout out.
But nah, I'm honest. Like I said, I'm okay with Jaire Alexander coming. I mean, Jaire Alexander giving us 7 games, to me, it will be more than it'll be better than Najee Johnson and Joshua Williams. And even if we don't get Jaire Alexander, I mean, there's a potential that Jalen Ramsey could be cut. It's gonna be 2 DBs out there.
I don't know how to feel about Jalen right now, bro. It's just age really comes with some like. You know, it's like I grew up with him because we like to say it's like, man, it's like, oh, bro, you kind of getting up there now. It's anytime we see people getting in their 30s, we start questioning everything.
I mean, you age 30, age 30, and outside of being a quarterback, it's kind of like it's like you aging dog.
Jaire's still in his he's in his late 20s.
Exactly. And that's why I said I think age is a factor with Brett Veach when it comes to him, just as far as like certain positions where you really see the speed start to play a factor. Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's happening.
Because truthfully, he was smart with Snead trade. I love Snead, but you see what he did this season. That could have been a potential that happened with us this year. Who knows? With like how he was dealing with it, he could have lost, missed that many games. Because after, we have seen this with different championship runs, and we need to get on to the next topic soon as well too. Was a great one, but when you think about it, those guys who really fight through these injuries, especially through those years, and his years was worth it because it was 2 straight Super Bowl wins, back-to-back Super Bowls. So he had the resume and the, whatever he needs to really get that max contract, and he got that with the Titans. So that was perfect. But that was really smart on Veach end to be like, you know what? Let's go ahead and get what we can out of this right now. What happened? He missed most of the season, y'all. And
At least.
this is not for Dre to even like Veach.
Don't even get me started on the whole Snead thing, man.
He holds the Titans. That's what he did.
So it worked out.
Yeah, so we
and he was Asian.
Yeah.
He did because he did all 4 years in college, right? So that means you coming out, you about 23 already. 4 years.
Only 28 though.
28, yeah. So I mean, yeah, he what? Yeah, we saying, yeah. So he good, but
in order to
can he come back the same because of them knee problems?
True, and I think in order to elongate, and I'm gonna leave it at this, in order to elongate any quarterback's career, and I think that we've seen this with Brett Veach, you're gonna have to trade some key pieces to get picks back in order to, he's just playing the game. He gotta
keep on recycling, like
exactly.
I'm not.
Somebody else is gonna get traded here soon.
I'm not gonna give that. Well, Veach, he fleeced the Titans type deal. No, I'm not giving.
I mean, we're not saying that either. He didn't. That was
the reason why I'm saying that is because some of the fact is L'Jarius Sneed, he only missed 2 games in Kansas City, 3 games in Kansas City.
It don't feel like he missed any, to be honest. I think the years he missed some, that's when we at least had Shavarius Ward. He was like that second, third guy.
Hold on. In 2023, he played 16 games.
Yeah, he played everything.
He played 17. 2021, he played 15. So, he
was durable with us.
I just think it's something wrong with the Tennessee Titans training staff because he only played 5 games in Tennessee. But I guess the trade worked out. Because he probably would have. They missed 13 games here in Kansas City from what it looks like, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm not giving that one to Brett Veach though. I'm still not.
But look, the same thing he said here because we do. Yeah, we're gonna have to move on because we've been on this for a minute. We're gonna go off.
What do you say? Sneak up there with Tyreek Hill back door.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on Tyreek Hill either. I'm still hot about that. So
that's another day. That's another day. That's another day.
Don't get me started on that. I'm hot about that still to this day.
Look, Snead, they was complaining about what Snead did here. Like, I guess he'll really go practice on his own. They let him go in his own area. He do his own workouts and stuff like that. Snead was the only person I guess that can really come to the team scrimmage. Like at that point, being separate, not doing all that, and still be good. Like still be fine. They're not messing with that over in Tennessee. So it's something related. They didn't like that. That was a thing.
All right, and then we're gonna move on. I know you telling me in the Last Dance. It's gonna be videos of L'Jarius Sneed and prime Travis and Kelce. He I'm Deion Sanders. I'm not. I don't gotta do none of this today. I just need to let me do my stuff. And I'm.
But you tell me
he didn't give up a touchdown.
Yeah, we not on the phone. I can't really hype it like that. Let me just be real.
Oh my goodness! If you
similar, let me watch my similar. Like they would say, basically they was complaining about him kind of being in his own little area of working out and stuff like that, doing his own thing. I guess it was separate. I saw that I saw that on Tennessee Twitter. They was complaining about that, for real.
Was it not her though? I mean, at the end of the day, she was shutting. He was shutting it down.
Come on, bro. It's still a team sport, bro. He still got to be a team player. Mahomes still going to team drills and doing that too. I'm sure he was doing something. I don't think he was getting off like that. I
Andy
think
Reid
it's
wasn't. I'm
some
pretty sure
cap
Andy
there.
Reid wasn't letting that go. He wasn't letting that happen.
There's got to be some cap there because it could be where he probably coming off an injury. Like you're gonna be limited. So he's probably doing his own stuff over there, but he's probably coming for the certain stuff. But still, like,
even still though, I mean, his production on the field was whatever. Do what you got to do in practice, my boy. Just do it. Just long as you produce on the football field, I don't care, man.
We gonna see.
Like Iverson, man. Practice. All right, let me see.
All right.
But look, that was a great one, y'all. But before we move on to our next topic, please
make sure to like and subscribe. Follow us on all our social media platforms at Red Kingdom Media. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Leave a like or comment so we can reply and interact with you and make you a part of the show. If you listen to us on Spotify, please rate us 5 stars so we can increase our reach in the playlist. Follow us and all our contributors on all the social media platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and X. If you'd like to come on and talk Chiefs, message us so we can potentially set that up. Do you enjoy written content? Subscribe to our Substack. We have both a free and a $5 a month subscription and post on there frequently. And if you have any interest in being a contributor on the writing staff, feel free to reach out and we'll be in touch. It would help support the brand if you would purchase our merch, like the shirt that I'm wearing currently. Set up an order for one of these or 2 or 3, and this will allow us to expand our inventory options. Thanks for being a part of this channel, and if there's any partner that's listening to this interested in sponsoring the show or any other content that we produce, please reach out. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. So please make sure to tap in with everything. Follow us on all our social media platforms and subscribe to that YouTube channel as well too. We on the road to 500. Also, we got a great agreement coming out on Friday as well too. So make sure to tap in with that as well. But we definitely got a lot of these going on. Cop a shirt, cop some merch. Hit us up. We got you. We'll show you some love. But let's go ahead and jump into this next topic. Kelce, hold on, my bad. Cold shoulder Kelce. I'm a little bit too excited, y'all, about this one. No, I'm not really excited about it. It's always some stuff with Kelce. There's not really nothing that's going on that's really serious. I had to pull this really out and find something. But man, yeah, it's pretty serious. PFF, Pro Football Focus, is ranking Travis Kelce as the 7th best tight end coming into the season. Is this a fair ranking for the future first ballot Hall of Famer?
Yeah, so I think it's a fair assessment of Travis, especially coming off of these last couple seasons, being at the furthest from the second from the last season. He came in and he was injured. He missed the first game against the Lions. Never kind of got his feet up under him during the regular season. Started the season kind of not on the right foot, and then comes in the following year, just kind of and it's never the same guy as far as breaking tackles, which I think is what attributed to this PFF grade. So I mean, I don't like the grade. I believe Travis is still amongst the top 5 tight ends in the league. However, I think what he's shown over the past couple years has just shown differently. And it's also shown differently stat wise. I feel like a part of him being aging and is losing that wiggle that he once had. So not making the first man miss, which is what I really think attributes to his yak number, which is what Travis Kelce thrives on. He didn't have a lot of that in this previous season, and I think that's what I noticed the most is just the ability not to make the first man miss, and kind of be able to get upfield and get first downs like he used to be able to. So I think that attributed a little bit to this grade. However, I think he'll be better this year. I want to see if he can get his feet up under him and at least be able to make at least one guy miss, and kind of bring a little bit of that game back. But like I said, I attribute some of that a little bit to Father Tom. Father Tom is undefeated, and is going to always win in the end. So the only person he ain't got to is LeBron James, and I don't know how, but that's another topic for another day. But I don't know. I don't like the grade. It's 7, but it's a true grade for his play in the past couple seasons.
I think it's where it's going to be. I think it's perfectly fine where it's at. Just because the season that he had last year, he came in. I mean, he just looked like he just was kind of a little unmotivated through this past season. I mean, and that comes with, you know, winning 2 Super Bowls in a row. Yeah, we want to get that 3rd in a row, but it's like after you start to get so much success, it comes a point in time, and then you got the $1 billion girlfriend, and you kind of like living that certain pop star lifestyle and everything like that. And then you got your podcast, and then it's like sports kind of, and then you act in and all this other stuff like that. It's kind of like, well, sports comes, it's kind of like it's almost like he's preparing for life after football. So I think that I don't think he's going to hit 800 yards, 700 yards this upcoming season. I just think that, like Lonnie said, Father Time is undefeated, and yeah, I think it's. I mean, you got Brock Bowers, Trey McBride, George Kittle, and all them guys, man. So I think that the days of Travis Kelce seeing 1,000 yards, I think those days is over. Like I said, I don't know, but break number 7. I mean, we all know that he's one of the greatest tight ends of all time, but at some point in time, there comes a point in time in your career where you start to slip, and I think that this is the time that it's going to start slipping. So, and then we're not going to really need him this upcoming season. I mean, we're going to need him for he's going to be an offensive threat and stuff like that. But I mean, you got Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, Rashee Rice, and then you got the young guns coming in too. So we got Royals, we got Brashard Smith. We got some offensive weapons that's gonna be coming in this year. And Pat, and I heard they've been practicing going deep a lot. Whoa. But yeah, they going whoa. But yeah, they've been. I don't know. I don't think Travis Kelce gonna need that. He gonna need that this season. So number 7 is cool with me, I guess.
Look, man, y'all, you're not holding it down, man. For Kels, I had to look at it real quick, bruh. He didn't have that many touchdowns. He had a book. He was top 5 in yards. I was like, okay, that's cool. 823. You know what I'm saying? He old man doing what he need to do. But seriously, I mean, when you look at it, can you argue? I mean, I'm not gonna trip. You was unmotivated last season, but maybe it's a cheese bias there. Maybe it's a greatness bias there too. You know, they did it for Michael Jordan. They did it for Kobe. They did it for a lot of the greats that was in those sports. They really did it for a good amount of time and did it for a long time. Was signified, made the position more than what it is. You know, him and Gronk, they was the top of that. So I feel when you have guys of that caliber, especially in a later part of the years as well too, we seen what Brady and Gronk was able to do, and I think we're gonna see a glimpse of that with Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. Is just gonna be flip flop with of course Mahomes being younger, and he's not gonna get 1,000 yards this season. I can potentially see him getting more touchdowns though, depending on how the possessions are playing out. Are we getting within 10 to 5? Are we getting on the goal line at the 10 or the 5? Are we, play action, do something quick? We like to do a lot of trickery with him as well, too. He just use it more in position to where, like, he just have a niche. He just have a knack of just, of course, finding the red zone. I can see that in the later part of your years. We have seen it before. I mean, it's not – he has a great body frame.
Whoa.
He's tall, bro. You know what I'm saying? He lost some weight as well too. He got more physically fit. So we're not saying that he's just going to be the quickest guy out there, but you don't have to be fast to make somebody be able to miss. It feels like you wasn't as focused as you usually would be. You had a little bit more swagger in those previous years to where you was able to, of course, make that tight end position what it is. Let this number 7 motivate you to actually show, like, no, I'm still number 1. I just had a couple off years. I had to take a break. But this year I'm coming back. And like you said, we do got a lot of other weapons as well, too. We don't need him to do as much. We know how injuries work, though. It can happen. We have to be prepared for that. So you're gonna have to be at your best already anyway. Now I know that we may see a lot more of Noah Gray. That's all. That's great.
Yeah.
We saw a lot more of him last year and the year before as well too. He stepped up when he needed to. But when it comes to it, and we know how Mahomes feel about Travis Kelce, he's gonna make ways to get him the ball, especially when he needs to get him the ball. If he needs something to happen, I feel like he's still your go-to. That doesn't take away from everyone else being where this offense is just a running train. You know, it's functioning at the highest level. But you're gonna have times to where you're gonna have to make that play. And I think that's when they will connect on that on those occasions. He's gonna be just as important, I think, in any other year than he is this year. We got a lot of young guys. And he's gonna have to be able to steer them in the right direction and be able to bring that veteran leadership and be able to show them how to stay poised in these moments due to the fact of who we are. We're always gonna be in these big moment games. People are coming to Kansas City, or when we go out there, they're giving it their all. You can help them get to that 2018, 2019 offense where it's like we had this version of the Legion of Zoom before. Let me show y'all how it operates. But it did operate with me first. So work off of me. He's still gonna be important, y'all. Work off of me. You gonna get it. Work off of me. You gonna get yours. That's how he's gonna show that he still got it. I still got this amount of respect.
Yeah.
Hey, you can say whatever. Give me the chance. All right, let's play with fire. All right, Dre, please do that this year. Go with what Dre's saying. Do it this year. Play off of him.
I'm not gonna say he's not gonna dog because that's what he is. But he's gonna have to be effective in different ways.
Yes.
I like Kareem Hunt. Right?
Yes.
Let's see if he can make it evolutionize his game, evolve a little bit, because he didn't do that like he should have last year, and that's what I think we're all saying. He didn't adapt to being old like he usually see old players. People that just got it, they usually kind of can find it. It's like Travis didn't know how to do it after his legs wasn't working for real no more. You kind of gotta know how to use your angles and different stuff, not just your athleticism. And he always relied a lot on his athleticism. So you got to be like Kareem Hunt, bro. You got to find a way.
Yeah, as long as he's more focused this season, I'm okay with a 700-yard season from Travis Kelce. I don't need the or even a 600-yard. I mean, at the end of the day, we got to understand, like, the man will be 36 this year. So a lot of mileage. I mean, he was number 3 in targets last year as far as tight ends go. He was the number 3 highest targeted tight end last year behind Bowers and McBride. So yeah, I mean his usage is gonna be there as long as Pat's the quarterback. Pat gonna try to get his dog involved as much as possible.
That's why it's like hard to say you're not gonna learn, you know.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, he not gonna unless he adjusts and, like Lonnie said, and adapt to the fact that he is getting older. Unless that happens, he might be able to do it. I mean, he might do certain things, move a certain way, or whatever the case may be. But I don't know. We all know as long as Pat is the quarterback, he gonna try to get his dog involved. But I just don't see him getting as many yards as he had this past season. Because what did he have last year? This past season, what, 823 yards?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think he.
I don't think he get that. I don't think he get 1,000. I think that 800, 850 can look good though with what he can bring.
It's not necessary anymore.
It doesn't. But I mean,
I don't think he'll ever get that again, just because we got people like Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy.
Yeah, I mean, you still got them.
Where they are in the offense now. And I think we've seen that last year with how Pat was going to Rashee Rice early in the season. Like Travis was about to be like
he was non-existent
all the way. Yeah, he didn't even have a catch in the Atlanta game. I don't think like he didn't really start coming on until Rashee Rice literally got hurt. That's the game he literally went crazy. He's in the Chargers game. So it's
I'll bring down to 850. I'll bring it to 7, high 6. But the thing is, I think at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is it's still going to look good. Like his moments, I think won't look horrible. I think it's going like, oh, there's an OG Travis Kelce again. Like you got Rashee doing what he do. You got Xavier Worthy who's coming into his own, getting the deep balls. You got Hollywood Brown, who's a vet, who we know during the offseason last year, he was having this connection with Mahomes. They was looking great in camp. You saw it somewhat when he came back towards the end of the season last year as well, too, where it's like, okay, we see the potential there. We know it's there. We got them. That's what Andy Reid want to have fun with. We know what the offense goes. He wants to go in that route. We want Travis Kelce to be contained, where it's like, you don't got to do as much no more. I want that 650 look pretty, though.
Yeah, I think
that's what I'm saying.
He's gonna be extremely effective. That's what you're saying.
Yeah,
like you said, it's not. You're not saying he's not getting it running streak right. No, he's gonna probably get it on third down. He's gonna get it in over the middle of the field for big chunk plays, or he'll get it in the red zone.
Keeping the drive alive.
Extremely effective.
Yeah.
It'll just look extremely effective in the Travis Kelce like way. Like he's just gonna be doing it in the most important spots of the game, which makes sense.
Because what I say, he's been to the point to where he wasn't the leading receiver on the team. He had his 1,000. He for sure had that. Reek was the show. Rashee showed us you can get 1,000, 1,200. Something we know that. You would have got it early on that rookie year. You was getting 1,000. That game he would have probably got that 1,000. I'm not gonna lie, if they let him play the last game of the season. We don't care about that because you showed out in the postseason. You was one of the leading receivers in the postseason that year. We had someone who said he has never been a deep threat. Go back and watch that Bengals game. That's when I got up and I said, "Oh my God, he has a full bag now."
He got a full route tree. We watched it with our own eyes.
He's wide receiver 1. I don't care. He's wide receiver 1. That's what it is.
Every route, from a dig route to overs to crossers. The only one we hadn't seen him run on the Super Bowl run was a go route until we got to the Bengals game. He checked every box. I don't even think we got to have a conversation about Rashee.
It was moved. It was. You seen that route, Dre? You saw the game. You saw the route. I was like, how he got off the defender. He got up. I was like, yeah, he got it now. It's not one game. That next game, 2 games after he got injured, so he was gone for the rest of the season. That's what happened. We saw it develop. The season before, he was intermediate. He was yak. He was getting into his back. This was the breakout year. He had a chance to get it early because of what he had to do in his rookie season. And it was coming. Pause. Still. That's what it is. But he has it. And I think overall, I think what we're saying at the end of the day is he don't have to do as much anymore. That's it. He don't got to do much anymore. He don't have to carry the load. We have a healthy wide receiver room. We're good to go for this next upcoming season. Travis Kelce, you can enjoy. Just be focused during the season. Be focused.
He gonna have a game
ready to go.
He gonna have a game or two where he reminds the league, like, yeah, this is one of the greatest tight ends of all time for sure. But
he gonna have 100-yard. It's gonna be one of those where it's like he have like 120. He be like, all right, yeah, that was just one game. That's it. Please, bro, stop spamming in the chat, bro. Dude, chill. Please. Please. We about to be going to the next topic soon. But disclaimer, chill. Not today. Not today. This is not the Breakfast Club. This is not Hot 99, whatever this is. Red King Media, Chiefs. Buddy has nothing to do with this topic.
Just ignore it and move on.
Nah, we gotta let it be known, bro. Like, this is wild, bro. Like, I had a long day, fam, and this was weird. That was wild, bro. You know I'm about to tell you about yourself when we get off of here. Stop playing. Man, Patrick Mahomes took us to the promised land, bro. Travis Kelce, he Batman Robin. Mahomes is definitely Batman. Let's go on. Now moving on to the next topic. We got King of the Route. So we still was talking about wide receivers. That's why I guess that last part of the conversation really meant something, because it makes sense what we're about to talk about right now. So with Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice, pending his situation, Jalen Royal, and others, KC got a lot of names, but no clear-cut alpha. So who should be the wide receiver one when the season starts? Y'all already know my opinion, so y'all just go ahead and go at it.
Yeah, so I think we all know. I'm going to just take this off the board because, like he said, pending whatever he got going on, we know who wide receiver number one is. But just for S and giggles, we can talk about who could possibly be number wide receiver one while he's out. I think it definitely is going to go to Xavier Worthy. Just who the Xavier Worthy became coming on late in the season. The person he had became in the offense. We know Andy Reid loves to use that type of gadget position as kind of like the gauger and the kind of the guy that kind of runs his offense. You see Xavier Worthy become that guy later in the season, and he kind of wasn't always used like that. And being with his kind of length, I think it's just weird for me to see him used like that. So it was different. But I think that's who they'll base the offense off of. Going forward, it'll be Xavier Worthy, especially if they don't have Rashee Rice. I think that Hollywood Brown could be a good second, but I just don't think he played enough games to kind of be fully immersed in the Chiefs offense. I think with Xavier Worthy playing so many games, I think that's who definitely they'll use as like that chess piece to just kind of gauge and like move defenders around, get the speed of the offense going. I could just see him being like coming in and being full swing, full immerse into the offense, and being the number one guy, especially if Rashee can't go. But let's get this understood right here, right now. Rashee Rice, barring what his situation, will be the number one wide receiver. But I think second, and a good hard second, and who he will defer to will be Xavier Worthy, especially with his showing late in the season.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Yeah, I mean, it's with whatever. I personally think that Rashee Rice is probably going to play this season. If it hasn't been discussed yet, now going into training camp and everything like that, I think he's going to play this season. The issue that I have with Rashee Rice is the concern that I have is how healthy will he be with his knee going into this season. It's going to take him some time, obviously. He's had he's going to have almost a year and some change, as far as health goes. But we know after the season that Xavier Worthy had last year, he came on pretty strong towards the end of the season. I know a lot of people like to look at his Super Bowl stats, but the Eagles pulled out their starters towards the end of the game. So yeah, but the thing with Worthy, I want him to be able to have more field awareness. Keep your feet in bounds, my boy. Please keep your feet in bounds. He could have had a lot more yards, a lot more touchdowns this past season. But I mean, he's a rookie, so I'm sure he learned a lot. I seen him working out with Odell Beckham about a couple months ago. So he's been learning from some vets during this offseason. I think that we could honestly have a situation like in Cincinnati, honestly, with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase type of situation where we could get 2,000-yard receivers in Kansas City, and but they did, and then we can't sleep on Hollywood either, man. So Hollywood can take the top off of the defense as well. So I don't know, man. But to me, obviously, the number one, if he's healthy and he's good to go, the number one option is going to be Rashee Rice, especially with his route tree and him being able to find the holes in the zone and everything like that, which is one of the things that I wanted him to learn, and he learned that before the end of his rookie year. So I was hoping to see him put it all together this past season, but he got hurt early in the season. So I'm looking forward to seeing him do it this year. But I think that it's Rashee Rice is the number one wide receiver, but I wouldn't be surprised if Xavier Worthy put up 1,000 yards this season. So
yeah. Well, Rashee was always the number one for me. With that situation, I wish it would have just was already settled already and done so we can just get it out the way. But
too many felonies, bro. It's too many felonies that he got on his dang on case.
Yeah, and I'm sure he has a good lawyer as well too. So they gonna do their due diligence to try to at least try to get everything going if they can. But we'll see how that go. So we'll probably have him for this full season. It happens like that as well too. This is not the first circumstance. Like this is not the first time this ever happened too. Like we have people who stuff really carried over like 3 years later.
Dwayne Bowe.
Yeah.
Your favorite player.
Debo.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
Favorite player.
Like oh yeah, he's like you're one of your guys that you like hype up for no reason. Yeah, Dwayne Bowe for me. Like
yeah,
he could have. I mean,
he got caught with the gas.
Yeah, I just what he did. I just felt like how he played, and then also just his history of like getting in trouble as well too. It's like that's dope, bro. Like that's crazy. That's weird, but still getting in trouble, coming back. Yeah, it's easy. Here I go. Like but I don't know. And then he wasn't even that great.
He was
either,
our
bro.
only option. He was our only option.
Like it was just like you just had to like him. You just had to like okay, I can mess with Dwayne Bowe, but just a guilty pleasure type of thing.
Shout out to Debo, by the way.
Shout out to bro, and he a rapper. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, kids, don't really do nothing to get in trouble. Don't do nothing to get in trouble. That was just funny. It was just a weird circumstance with him, but yeah. But for real, honestly, Rashee Rice, he was just my go-to. Well, from what I saw rookie season, then going into last season before he did get injured, he really was. He was on his way to really putting up top wide receiver numbers, and I really felt like he was going to be able to like really compete with Jamar Chase just because of the usage of what we were doing, how we was using him in the system. If we need something to happen, we was going to Rashee Rice, and that was all the way up until he got hurt in that Chargers game. And I think that could have been. I think we could put up more if he was really in that game. He was the offense, and he was really helping elevate Xavier Worthy. He like Xavier Worthy. He got that touchdown that game. In that first game of the season, he was balling out. He was just getting opportunities because everything was just opening up. I felt like the offense was flowing in some type of way. I mean, they had their moments as well too, where it's like you had them knucklehead mistakes. We got to feel like that. But when we needed something to get done, Rashee Rice looking like he was that guy. So I got him at number 1. Xavier Worthy number 2. Of course, Hollywood, you got to put him at number 3. Number 4, respectfully, I'm gonna have to go Juju. 5 Royals. 6.
Nah, you got to put Royals above Juju.
I mean, it's just you off a veteran. I mean, I think
he ain't did nothing yet.
He ain't. I mean, when you like put it in reality. And you put it like that, that doesn't mean that Jalen Royal is not going to get used. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that means he's not going to be used. We didn't see how we use Juju as well.
My guy.
Like he's using certain packages. Like if you seen last year, it's like he was in certain packages, so it didn't really take away. It just more so we didn't see him have 100-yard game as well too. Like he was at a Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, I think in that wide receiver group. Juju had a 100-yard game against the Saints.
Let's see if Royals can catch a punt first before we put him.
Like respectfully, if you put it out there, he did it his first year here when he left, came back. Okay, I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna go play tight end a little bit. I'm gonna go at fullback. He's gonna find his way on the field. I think Juju at the time now where it's like, I like how they use me. I can kind of go duck off somewhere. It might not be open. Look, I can get the ball. I'm cool with getting the ball. I'm gonna make a play happen. How we want Travis Kelce to be, right? If you really want to go technical, I don't mind listening to Juju as a tight end. He having fun.
Well, and I was gonna say that.
I've been saying,
they use him a lot in the same positions that they use Travis Kelce in.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they
He's filling in. He's filling it in.
He helped comp for Travis Kelce not being as where he usually is. Travis Kelce stands up a lot as it is. And Juju came from Pittsburgh system. Man, you talk about it, he blocks. He's willing to get in there and block. So he basically is a tight end with how big he is, and with the way he's willing to put his body on the line. But I was just gonna say, as far as like rookies, there's no slight to Brashard Smith and Royals or none of those guys. But Rashee Rice and Trent McDuffie has set the bar so high for rookies. Like you gonna have to come in and be good for real in order to make an impact on the championship roster. So before we crown guys like Royals and all these other guys like Brashard Smith and put them on the roster, we got to see them make some plays, like big plays, because we did that with Scott Moore and Kadarius Toney, and they amounted to zero, and they made plays in the Super Bowl. So you better come in and do something.
I didn't do that with Kadarius Toney.
Well, I feel like everybody did it with Scott Moore, especially just how the Chiefs were drafted.
Hold on. That first year after Scott Moore, though, like he got criticized too much because the punt returns that kind of carried over to his play with wide receiver. He did make a couple plays, especially in the Super Bowl as well too. I think we were just expecting him to approve because like you had that moment in the Super Bowl and it just didn't go well after that. And when you look at him like.
When it comes to Scott Moore, the issue that the knock on him coming out of college was returning on special teams. Don't have him on special teams. And what did Kansas City do?
Put him on special teams. He fumbled a few times. Had that game in Indiana, had the game against the Colts where he fumbled, and boy lost confidence. When you lose confidence like that on a Super Bowl team, it's kind of like you got the whole world watching everything like that. Yeah, it's a wrap. It was only him.
But I say this too, Dre. We never seen a Rashee Rice game out of Scott Moore.
No, never.
We've never. And that's a red flag right there. When with him being that, we never seen that type of game out of Miko Hart. We probably seen it one time. No, I'm not gonna lie. I think he had like 100. I think he had low key. Seen it one time out of Miko Hart. In the Super Bowl, he did go crazy too. But I'm just saying, it was not definitive. With Rashee Rice, I feel like it's definitive. The numbers that Rashee Rice put up in the playoffs, not only in the playoffs, who he was on the team with Travis Kelce and all the guys where he could have kind of like set in the back. He kind of really cream rose to the top. And he started doing guys in the AFC Championship, giving people the business. So it was like, he was the truth. And he left no doubt. I think that's what these other guys got to do, but that's it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Jalen Royal don't have to do it because I think we really have our big three. If they really healthy and they're like that, it's really solidified because Rashee Rice already solidified himself the first season, and then going to the last season before he got in, like we knew, like you can say that, like it honestly was opposite of Jamar Chase because Jamar Chase missed that first season, and then that next season came back. They went on a hell of a run. What happened, and stuff like that. And he dealt with some injuries after that. Rashee Rice, we got to see what he do after that, if he can continue staying healthy. But we know what we want with this big three. That's why I said Juju is just a vet guy who just know the system already. Honestly, he can be better than Justin Watson. You know, he was really a number one receiver before. We forced that on Justin Watson, but he did what he needed to do. And I like that and I appreciate that. But you kind of got a better version now. Okay, he's OG too. Jalen Royals, we just gonna put you out there and see if you can make plays. Probably put the ball in your hand a couple times. You know, see what you can make work. It's gonna start in the preseason. But if it start coming together, all right, Juju, come down. We're gonna put you in different packages. We got to see what this four do together with Trav. And it start looking good. We got our four. We straight. And then you just got guys like Nico who just filling in, get a couple plays in there, do what he need to do, but he special teams, right? Juju, you coming in certain times, they need to break, but we got a vet in there. You think he's not gonna make a play? He can still make a play on you. He got it. It's just a rotation of talent that we need that's going on. Scott Moore really might be exited out. Justin Ross, he had we won it. I don't think he's getting there, y'all. I don't think he's getting there. So it's time to.
I know we be waiting on. I'm gonna say this now. But I'm gonna say this now. I think that Jalen Royals is gonna be the one for this upcoming.
And if that's what it is, we got a big four that's Super Bowl bound, especially if the offensive line play out like we want.
To be honest, like if you look at him, he has this. He's the same size as Rashee Rice, but he's just faster.
And that's crazy because Rashee Rice could have had probably a lot of ones if he had probably that extra little boost. And you're saying that Jalen Royals got that.
Jalen Royals is faster because Rashee Rice ran a 4.5, and Jalen Royals runs a 4.42.
But Rashee Rice got it up here too, though. Like when I'm saying, like as far as like
he know all the spots,
being in the same like as
he didn't have it at the beginning of the season though.
He didn't, but I'm saying this later on in that season, even on that run to the Super Bowl, you watched it. He got better, like in those games, to the point he took a bubble screen in the AFC Championship. They caught it back to the crib. Y'all remember that?
Yeah, like all Jalen Royals need to do is just
to the house against Roquan Smith. That defense they was compared to like the 2010.
He was like different, you know, like he but how fast he understood and learned the offense was immaculate. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that was the best I've seen coming from a rookie in Andy Reid's system in my eyes. You know, seeing that, so seeing how that was able to come together, and seeing Xavier Worthy almost had it too. He had a couple more. He would have had the same probably statistics. Like you said, keep your feet in bounds. It's gonna come together now, though. So having that and Jalen Royals being able to add what he can if he gets those opportunities, it's gonna be wonderful. We just gotta put him behind the OG right now until he's like, okay, you got it. It's there for you to take. It's there for you to take.
He got some receivers to learn from. Like he got, you know, obviously he got Rashee Rice, you got Juju, then you got Travis Kelce as well. So he's got. I think he's gonna come along towards the end of the season like Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy did as well.
I think it all come together. I think they can figure it out this year. But if the offense can, of course, get back to putting up a good amount of points, being able to do that, defense, just do your part like you did in previous years. Nothing really changes much. So if we're able to get the same amount of stops, be able to get them off the field, be able to get the offense opportunities, we're going down the field, we're taking time off the clock. That's just all going to bode well for us getting back to where we want to be, which is the AFC Championship, and then, of course, the Super Bowl right after that. We got to see how it goes, though. Only time will tell. OTAs has been going on. The boys have been rocking.
Mandatory minicamp is approaching.
It's coming very soon. So everybody should be there. I don't think we have any contract disputes or nothing like that. So we're good to go. Everybody should be attending unless, of course, they.
Is that next week or is it the end of this week?
Huh?
Is it next week or the end of this week?
Let me see.
I think they.
So I know
The Chiefs is in. I know they've been all of them in the building all week. I've been seeing them on the practice on the Chiefs snap. So I mean, I think they were in some type of something. I know they
June
phasing
17th through the 19th.
Oh, okay. So next week. So
coming up, yeah.
Next week.
Cool. Okay.
So that's gonna be cool. So we'll be paying attention to that. Any news that's coming out of that, of course, we'll be keeping y'all up to date with that. Is there anything else y'all want to go ahead and say before we go ahead and close it out this evening?
Nah, man.
It was a good one, man. I think we talked about a lot. We was able to get into a lot. It was very fun. I had a fun time as well. Of course, we got our people that came in, tap in with us, all 52. We definitely appreciate y'all. Don't forget to, of course, follow us on all our social media platforms at Red Kingdom Media. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel as well, too. We on the road to 500. Once we get to 500, we're going to do a giveaway. So tap in, show some love. That way we can, of course, get up, help us get to that number as well, too. And we're going to keep on growing and keep on providing y'all with the latest and greatest content that's within Chiefs Kingdom. You hear me? Yeah, I got you.
Hit that like button.
Hit that like button. Share everywhere. Share to your moms, your pops, your friends, your grandma, your pawpaw. Give it to the dog, you know? They'll probably be leaving. Once you leave the house, see your license of pets. You never know. Never know. I got some wild stories where I tell people to tap in at. Tell you. I ain't ready for that story. We got, look, had to do a night in the thing one time, you know what I'm saying? The thing was gonna talk color. I had to do a night in the thing. It was like, bro, what you do? I was like, hey, bro, tap in with Red Kingdom Media. I promise you, I get out. It's a lot of people who follow what I did. I ain't gonna lie. And I was like, we getting it everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So tap in on the tablet when y'all in.
I'm the homie in the background. Listen.
Yeah. Tap in, man. But yeah, show some love, man. We definitely
Clint, take over.
We definitely appreciate y'all just having a good time tonight, man. But we appreciate y'all. And you know how we like to close it out, fellas. And as always, go Chiefs.
Thanks for checking out this update straight from the heart of Chiefs Kingdom. We appreciate your passion, so please leave a like and follow us wherever you tune in from. See you next tailgate, your trusted source for all things Chiefs, Red Kingdom Media.